What's crack-a-lack? It's your boy Broshmo, just in case you did not know so. And today we're going to go over the Seahawks, give a little season preview of what the future may hold. But before that, if you like the content, go ahead and give me a subscribe, maybe a like, which means giving it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel a lot, and it's always much obliged. But let's go ahead, let's go in. Seattle Seahawks, Russell Wilson just got paid big money. Big money. Now, they've been they want to, I think the talent around him is okay. I mean, let's go ahead. Look, they added DK Metcalf, who's going to be an outside receiver. I got Tyler Lockett in the slot. He's actually been practicing in the slot, and I think they're going to probably use him more in that role, but they can throw him outside as well. Those are two big vertical threats, especially DK Metcalf. He provides a lot of size. He's not much of a route runner, but dude can run a nice fly route. But you got David Moore also there. They could definitely improve the wide receiver position. They got Jaron Brown, but outside of those guys, I mean, they drafted Gary Jennings, but yeah, outside of that, there's no real star, no real stud, no one that really flashes out, especially with Doug Baldwin retired. That's just more of a, hey, we need a pass catcher. Now, at tight end, they don't have much there either. Disley will be battling it out with Nick Vannett. And those guys don't really inspire wow, you know? So there's that. But I mean, they're serviceable, don't get me wrong. So there's not much wow in the pass catching region of Seattle, but luckily for them, they actually got a slew of pretty good running backs. I got Chris Carson, who played very well last year from running behind a line that is trending down. But we'll get into the line in a minute. Rashad Penny played very well last year in very limited opportunity. I think he's going to see a little bit more. I don't think he's going to cut too much into Carson's workload, but I think especially with Mike Davis out, we're going to see a lot more of Penny. They do have CJ Procise. They got JD Isaac. So they got some guys. They brought in Travis Homer from Miami, the U, not the Dolphin. But so they got some guys back there. This is gonna be a very run-oriented offense. They're gonna want to control the clock, so they're gonna do that. And they brought in Mike Ipati, who's declining. He hasn't really been the same player that we saw on San Fran. And he played okay in Arizona last year. Dwayne Brown, he's getting up there in age. DJ Fluker, while not as old as those other guys, he's never really been outstanding. Justin Britt honestly might be the most consistent guy there on the line outside of Dwayne Brown. So the line, and you don't really have much depth on the line there. George Fant, who's so Ethan Pokic, whatever, you know. They did add guard in the draft, Phil Haynes, but I don't know. I think they do need to improve this offensive line, especially if they're going to want to run the ball, because I know they're going to want to control the pace, the momentum of the game. And they can't do that if their line is unable to block. Honestly, this line has been coached up a ton by Tom Cable. So with that, I think this is still Russell Wilson's still a fabulous quarterback, and he can still lead a team, even that I don't want to say they're deprived of talent, but they definitely are lacking a little bit of star power. So let's go ahead, take a look at the defense, because the defense used to be, be the bread and butter of this team. And slowly but surely, the Legion of Boom is now gone. It's boom. It's gone boom. It's gone. It's no longer here. You got the remnants and Bobby Wagner and KJ Wright. And that's actually about all you got from these guys, or from the former Legion of Boom. I mean, Wagner's still probably one of, if not the best linebacker in all of football. KJ Wright, when healthy, is a quality starter, a good veteran there. I didn't include a slot because when we get to secondary, you'll see that there's not much there. So I put Mingo there. He's gotten a lot of snaps last year. And then let's go first look at the defensive line because LJ Collier, I want to draft him in the first round. I think when I did my 3-round mock, I didn't even have him in the first round, just because I kind of just saw him as a run stuffer with limited pass rush capabilities. Just because, I mean, he didn't have much as far as pass rush moves. He wasn't taught to pass rush at TCU. So when they took him in the first round, it's like I could see that they see a lot of Frank Clark in this guy, but still, I mean, it's a long way to go. But here he is. I put him on the starting lineup because I mean, there's not much competition there. You got Ziggy there, so again, they could probably stand to add a pass rusher or two on this team. But on the inside, you got quality. The defensive interior is nice. Let's start with Jaron Reed, who is honestly, I thought he should have been a Pro Bowl selection last year. He played extremely well. And then you also have Poona Ford, who played very well. I mean, this is a very stout line. It's just I don't think it's one that's gonna really put pressure in the passing game. Looking at that secondary, Shaquille Griffin, he played very well. Trey Flowers is going to be that ideal number 2. But behind those two guys, there's a whole hot lot of nothing. I mean, you may have Marquise Blair, who they drafted out of Utah in the 2nd round. They'd be converting him from safety, but they like to do that. They like to convert these big guys, these 6', 6'2" safeties into corners. It just takes a year or two for them to actually make the transition because that's a big leap. But they like to do that, and I could see that them doing it with Blair there. They also drafted Ugo Chukwu Madi out of Oregon, who he's really good. He's very versatile. He could play anywhere in that secondary. So they added parts here and there, but then after that, it's a whole lot of nothing. I mean, they have Thompson and McDougald back there, but I mean that's subpar, if not average. So the defense still plays very well, but they can definitely get better. I mean, they could get better in the secondary, and they could get better at pass rusher, which I mean they did add LJ Collier. I mean, he's got a ton of potential. But as of now, it's just potential. So the defense might be honestly, if the defense is giving up points with that Seattle offense, you don't want to be in a game where you're trying to play catch up or you're going tit for tat. That's not how this team works. It's not how this team has ever worked. They like to grind out the game. So let's take a look at their schedule and see if they be grinding. Because I think they're still a very well coached team. Now, their home games, they have good home games. Having to get New Orleans and Minnesota and Baltimore there in Seattle is huge. But they do have games against Philly, Cleveland at away, but I mean that's no biggie. I think they have a very favorable schedule. I can definitely see this team in that. I wouldn't say this team's worse than 8-8. I have them at 10-6. I believe in Russell Wilson. He's a proven winner. This guy likes to win, and guess what? He wins. So him and Pete Carroll, it's a very well coached team. I think this team is going to be. They're going to be in the conversation every year as far as playoffs. But I think they definitely, if they're going to make another Super Bowl run, they need to address the offensive line. They need to get more playmakers on offense. They need maybe add another pass rusher or two on defense, and then invest in that secondary. But that's it for the video. do the YouTube stuff, and until next time, you be easy, my friend. Later.